Back again for another episode of Bodybuilding and Business. This one's title is going to be Doobie Doobie Stoners.
What?
I don't know.
That was the worst intro yet. Nice job, dude.
It wasn't that bad.
Usually people get better with time.
I'm getting worse.
That was embarrassing.
All my good ideas ran out the first how many episodes are we?
This is going to be episode 8. But if we're really counting, it's probably episode
375.
No, give us a little credit. 73 maybe.
All of my good ideas ran out early. What?
You gonna drink that bad boy right now?
Probably. I don't want it to get cold.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna drink it now because
we're gonna drink. I'll let you sip first, and then tell me about your week, dude, because this is what we do now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, have a sips. You should push your mic away. That's what I do. I just
I'm not that strong.
And then I bring it back to me again. It wiggles and wobbles a lot. But yeah, dude, tell me about your week since the last time. Don't say where we got it from.
Okay. I won't mention it.
Yeah, tell me about what happened since the last time we sat across from each other in a room.
I'm trying to think what I even did this weekend, man. Today is Wednesday.
Interesting.
Right? Yeah. It's a week.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Too much water. It's watered down. It's exactly what it is.
It's just not a good ratio. That's all.
Yeah.
The flavor is actually.
Listen, dude.
This coffee
they hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, this coffee has good flavor.
It's got great flavor.
It's just the ratio was off.
Yeah, well, she's a little off. You know what I mean?
First time on that?
No, she started messing with it. She's never made espresso with it, to drink. She usually just uses one of the actual machines.
That's what I'm saying. First time.
But she started using it for Christmas because she was making some espresso martinis. Little do the people know they were getting way more vodka than they were espresso.
I bet they really didn't realize how the flavor of the espresso in the martini.
Yeah.
I've never martini'd, but I'd have to assume.
No, you haven't, but you should.
I'd have to assume you wouldn't notice if there was some espresso in there, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the whole point of the espresso martini, though, is the espresso is supposed to overpower the taste of alcohol, and you're supposed to taste iced espresso, essentially.
Is that what Bailey's is? I thought coffee liqueur was the mixture of both, not coffee takes over the liquor.
Well, Bailey's is a liqueur, though, right? So
I don't know what a liqueur is. I just know that's what it's called. It's liquor.
Yeah, it's
got
liquor,
alcohol
right?
in it.
But Bailey's you could drink straight. You could pour your coffee.
Mix.
You could do whatever, right? And again, I mean, you could do that with anything. I mean, you could mix this Knob Creek right here if you want to. You could drink it straight if you're a real man, right?
Yeah,
to each their own.
If you're a real man.
But an espresso martini, you're supposed to taste the espresso. Otherwise, you would just do a dirty martini, which is just literally the alcohol and green olive. You know what I mean?
I'd probably like that then. I like the flavor of coffee.
You probably would like it. Now, little kicker for you. Some people in an espresso martini actually do put some Baileys in there. Or Kahlua.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what those are? Well,
you
know what Baileys is, obviously.
Yeah, I know what Kahlua is.
You ever drink Baileys from a boot?
No, that was a kicker that you just gave me.
You ever drink Baileys from a boot?
Oh, I've never seen it. You guys showed it to me.
So you did see it?
No, well, you guys just showed me the one clip. Old Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice job, dude.
That's a very good memory of mine for not seeing it.
Yeah, okay, but how many people see a creepy fucking leprechaun-looking guy drink Baileys from a boot and not remember it?
Thanks to you and my cousin for showing me that.
Was it her?
Yeah, it was you and Sarah.
I don't remember.
You guys made the connection.
Do you know how many weird conversations we have a day? You think I remember exactly who they were with?
I have a better memory of that than you do.
Well, that's probably because I've watched that video with probably 3,000 people at this point.
No, I think just in general, you have a better memory of... I'm not going to concede...
Movie quotes? Yep.
Nope, I'm not going to say that. I almost said that.
You almost said it.
I almost said that. But rap lyrics is a great example. If I'm not listening to the song currently, most often the lyrics are...
But once you hear the beat, you're like, oh, okay,
I'm back with it.
Let me spit this shit real quick.
That's normally what I think to myself.
Yeah.
No, but I can remember direct conversations we had with people, and you're and most of the time, you don't remember them at all. Or I'll recall...
I think you care more.
I'll recall an entire day. I'll be like, no, we did this.
I remember
then we did
important
this.
conversations, right?
Yeah.
But the million side conversations we may have a day, I don't remember them verbatim, and you're good with that. You will be able to tell us exactly where we were standing, what we were saying, and who was there. I'll remember the important pieces, maybe.
Sure.
But all the little gibberish, I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah,
I think, dude, I have ADD. It's 100%.
I keep so much little gibberish in me.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
That's what your rapper's name would be Lil Gibberish.
Little gibberish. Or Juicy P.
I don't know, dude.
Fun story for you.
I don't know if you want to be called that.
I'm just saying. Fun story for
Let's
you.
hear it.
Freshman year of high school, little fat Pat.
Yeah, man.
Waiting in line in the snack line.
Go figure.
Some kid and his ladies walk up behind me.
Kid and his ladies, got it.
Older man, probably a senior at the time. I don't know. I don't remember.
Older boy, got it.
He was older than I was, and I was just this wee little lad.
Yeah.
Came up behind me, and for some reason was nice. Was like, hey, what's your name? And I was like, Pat. He said, I'm going to call you Juicy P. And I said, cool, dude.
I'm going to call you older man.
I'm going to call you old man.
I'm going to call you dad.
As far as I can see, you're over 6 feet tall and older than I am.
Good story.
That was my story.
That was a great one.
Crazy.
Anyways.
The world we live in.
Moving on. How was your weekend, dude?
Good. You didn't even answer how yours was.
Yeah, because you interrupted me like you so rudely always do.
Did I actually?
Yeah, I started saying, I don't really remember my weekend, and then you carried that off into something else. Then you sipped your coffee and you realized that somebody made it horribly.
You antagonized me, though. You were like, right?
Well, dude, because I sipped mine and I said it right off the bat, and you were like, oh, don't say that.
No, I just didn't say who.
Well, I think they got it now.
So tell me about your weekend, and then I'll tell you about mine.
So this weekend, Friday did my usual, man. I woke up super early. I trained clients. Mm-hmm. I did online client check-ins until it was a late one this Friday because I knew Saturday was jam-packed. So I think I got done at like 1 or 1:30. Saturday, trained, worked out with you. We did some Big Daddy delts. And then came home, showered, took Alessia to the All Animal Expo.
Cool.
You know her, dude. She loves it, dude. She was trying to grab these bunnies by their ears, dude. Anyways. So that's where I saw the Amish people. Did I tell you I saw Amish people this weekend?
You saw Amish people.
They were there. Dude, they were selling German Shepherds with AKC papers for $600, man.
What's AKC papers?
Like, it's like organization, like basically, it's like the bloodline, stuff like that, whatever. So if you want a dog, typically you want them to be AKC certified.
Got it.
But yeah, I guess they just raise all these dogs on their farms, and they have like tons of different breeds. These guys there every week or every month. Anyway, then after that, I went to childhood friend's house and we played poker. A bunch of us, there was 20 of us playing poker. I won. Go figure. And then Sunday, I can't tell you with who, but you were there. But we had a sit down after you left, and I'm not supposed to mention his name. I could call him Jew, but I can't say who that is or what it is or where he lives.
Could be really.
Because then people are going to be coming for him because they like wine too.
That could be taken out of context. Calling someone Jew.
Not Jew.
Yeah, clarify.
We'll do it with a G. All right?
What is a G?
G-U.
G-I-U.
G-I-U. Beautiful.
I can finish it.
Anyways. Yeah, you can't finish it. That'd be horrible. Anyway, so me, you, couple of the gentlemen, we were bottling some wine, man.
We were aerationing it.
To put it easy, deoxidizing.
Yes, that's what we did.
Yeah, man, that was it though. And then came back home, played with the girls, and then started my week. Monday, the best day of the week. Other than making wine with me, what did you do?
I think you made wine with me. But
you know what I mean.
I know. I'm just busting your balsanias, you know what I mean?
My little Bellini.
Probably the same thing you did on Friday. Just didn't stay up till 1 a.m. because that's absurd. I couldn't do that if I tried.
You have to sometimes, man.
I couldn't do that if I tried.
Have to.
Rosie says I get slap happy after 10 p.m. So watch out if you ever catch me after 10 p.m.
I'm trying to think if I've ever been with you past 10 p.m. And I think it was.
It would always be like late nights coming home from a show or a wedding.
I was going
or
to say,
something.
and at that point, we're just like.
Over it. Yeah. Friday, What did I do Friday? Finally got some V&B again.
Good job.
It's great.
Good job.
Saturday went and I guess I'll just call them family friends now.
Well, first he did Big Daddy Delts with me.
I
Don't let the people
went to
forget.
the gym, trained.
If you noticed,
and then
that's why I'm wearing a stringer.
Because we did delts.
Yeah, they're still full of blood still.
From Saturday.
Yeah.
They don't know what
And
the
you
name is.
had to wear the oversized because you couldn't fit into the regular size.
I couldn't. I busted out of all my tank tops, actually, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, we had shoulders on Saturday. Then we went by. I'm just going to call them a family friend at this
Yeah,
point.
dude.
Because spending that much time with somebody, they may as well be family friends. Went and hung out with a family friend of Rosie's. And
Smoked pot with John Hopkins.
yeah, smoked weed with John Hopkins. Sunday did the wine. Had some soccer.
Oh, you played soccer, dude.
Went and saw my brother's house for the first time.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah, right after soccer, I ran over there. The two
So-
men we were not supposed to mention were
Yes.
also there, and I saw them
believe
there.
it. I believe it. Question about that, actually, nothing, because we didn't really go into that. You just said that you went there. Being in that situation, right?
Yep.
Being someone who's essentially on the market, right?
Yep.
Would you want to buy a house like that and renovate it after seeing what he's going through right now and make it your own? Or would you try and buy something turnkey that's as close to what you want?
I think somewhere right in between, to be honest, and that might be asking a lot.
So something pretty much turnkey, but maybe you just have to do a bathroom or a kitchen versus the whole house?
No, it could even be the same style of house that he had. I just wouldn't. They're in a situation where they're literally moving back and things, we can't say the thing.
Yeah, I got it.
Things are happening and they want to have everything ready so that when they get back, they're like in and good to go.
For sure.
I'm not moving out of state or moving back from out of state or making some time sensitive move like they are. So like the floors are a perfect example. Like I probably could have just sanded down the floors and like refinished them and had a way less project.
Well,
And
yeah. So essentially,
I wouldn't
you want to
have-
buy something as close to what you like. And if you have to do minor things like that,
Not that I wouldn't want to do minor things. I would just something I could do things over time.
okay.
I think like a learning experience. I'd want to do most of the things, even though that does sound
Understand.
laborsome.
The only reason why I ask is because I know that you were saying about some of the challenges that they've had thus far since buying, right?
yeah.
And I remember when me and Michelle bought our first house and we literally gutted it to the studs, restarted everything. Like people would walk in, like friends, family would come over to check it out. And they'd look around and be like, what the fuck did you get into?
Yeah.
But me personally, I loved it, right? Like I loved the experience. I loved the end result. I loved learning, at that point, like I learned how to tile. I learned how to drywall, learn how to, do a bunch of shit that like I've helped people do, but I've never fully had to actually go in and execute like a whole bathroom by myself. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So doing it was great. I learned from it. At the end of the day, you're looking at it like, okay, like this is fucking mine, But some people hate it and thought that I was fucking crazy for actually enjoying the process.
And I still think you
I
went.
just wanted to see where your mindset was.
I still think you went a little faster than I would like to go. Like I wouldn't mind moving in.
But it was a perfect scenario though, right? Like,
yes, it made
so
sense.
you're already living with somebody,
Right.
right? So if you guys left there, your option
Well,
would
that's
be
the nice-
to go back home or go
think-
right into a house, and then you would probably want to do little by little instead of living in the shitstorm, right?
Or literally
We bought the house pre-wedding, and we didn't move in until after the wedding.
Right.
So we had 6 months
Right.
to kind of go at our own pace and get it done that way,
I think we're in a great situation right now. That way, when we do buy, I think we'll be able to stay where we're at because we know the owners of the place we're at. So
Yeah. Yeah, your
if we-
situation's a little
I think
bit-
if we said, can we get one more month? That way, if the first thing I wanted to do before moving in was paint, and I didn't want to move anything in yet until I painted, like
For sure.
that would be fine. And then a month later, I could tackle a bathroom, or I could do something else.
Yeah, I was just picking your brain, but I fully get it. I totally forgot that you have a lot of flex where you're at right now.
Yeah, dude,
But I was just more so
flexible.
saying, like, I didn't know if you walked in there and you were like, oh my God, like, I don't want to do this. Because that is some people's first impression. Other people walk in and they're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, but I also don't think. Yeah, I think it's just a totally different situation. He's literally not here, which
Yeah, that's
makes this
true.
like
He has like a general contractor and they're doing it and he's just flying in and out.
Sunday he left again and he was gone, so it's a totally different thing that I would probably never have to do, unless
True.
somebody just randomly offers to like fly me out to move somewhere else for some ridiculous reason. I don't know.
I'm not flying you anywhere.
Not you.
I wish I could fly somewhere. I wish I was like, hey, man.
Are you right? Did you lose your voice just then?
Wrong pipe.
Oh.
I wish I was like, hey, man, like, I'm in my other house in Florida, and I'm going to fly you out here, and you're going to come live here.
And you
I
gotta
don't
get,
have another
and you
house
gotta
in
get this
Florida.
house ready. And I was like,
So-
oh, man.
I'm not in that situation right now, but
No.
I wish I was.
I was trying to think of something cool, like if I got drafted to be the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys because their kicker just missed 4 field goals in a game. And like they called me up and they were like, hey, we know that you
man, we
played
know you play soccer
in college and you've never kicked a football before, but why
Same thing.
Why don't you come down here and let's see what you got? Then
Think you
maybe
can do
I'd
it?
kick a field goal? Yes.
How many yards?
I don't know. Never tried.
30-yard field goal.
He missed the point after attempt. What is that, 20 yards? He missed 4 in a
Yeah.
row. I can kick for sure 20 yards.
With all the pressure.
1 of 4? Absolutely.
1 of 4, okay.
To beat him, for sure 1 of 4.
1 of 4.
I'm confident I could go 4 for 4, but if you're talking like I got pads on that I've never worn before, there's stadium full of people.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You're in full uniform.
And I'm taking a step back and saying for sure I would make more than he did because he went 0 for 4. I would at least make 1 with all the pressure, all the pads, all the lights. Guaranteed.
40-yard.
I don't know.
I wanted you to be so cocky and be like, yeah, I could do it.
We
We would turn these mics off
And go
grab
kick
the
a football?
cameras, go to Dick's.
Do you have a football?
No. Go to Dick's, get a football.
You know what I saw on the
And
way
we
here
go.
too? We always talk about the basketball courts that I want to go hoop on.
Yeah.
They've got volleyball nets over there too. Well, sand volleyball and tennis.
I told you tennis.
Yeah, you did. But they also have volleyball over there.
I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, we're going to volley the ball, dude.
I actually like volleyball, Ben.
Sand volleyball is fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in Top Gun.
When you're playing sand volleyball? Mm-hmm. All right. I would have gone to like many other places, but I get it. Yeah, it did happen in Top Gun.
It did happen in Top Gun.
Yeah. I would have been Saved by the Bell is the first thing that popped into my head.
I don't remember that episode.
So towards the end of
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell. They had a couple seasons where they were on some like they worked for one of the girls' dads who was like the owner of a hotel and it was on a beach.
I don't remember that far. I didn't get that far.
Well, you should have.
That's okay. I think I'm all right.
Whatever, dude.
All right, dude. So that's what we did this week. I wanted to go over a question that I got this weekend because people finally started reaching out with some questions for us, which was pretty cool.
Want to know why?
Because we keep asking.
I mean, I was going to say because they found out that your name is actually Juicy P.
Imagine we just get
It's like a respect thing.
we just get
They're like,
flooded
"Damn,
with
dude."
questions this week. They're like, his
Damn,
rap
Juicy
name?
P?
What was the rap name you came up with?
I don't know, dude. Something gibberish or something.
We'll check the tapes after that.
little gibberish or something.
That's not a bad name either. If I had to go by something, if it wasn't Juicy P, Little Gibberish isn't bad.
It's got to be little gibberish because if you do Juicy P, Juicy J is coming for you, dude.
Yeah, he's going to come. And technically, I have 2 P's in my name, and we can't call me that.
Juicy PP?
Yeah.
We can.
Well, I mean, we could, but that would not
You're
go
going to attract a totally different clientele base.
an audience I don't want. So we're going to go away from that. And we're going to go with, was it Little Gibberish?
Little gibberish, dude.
Okay. Little Gibberish it is.
You know that's what I'm calling you now every fucking day.
Sure.
I'm literally changing your name on my phone right now to Little Gibberish.
I hope I can come up with a song one day. It doesn't have to be a full song, but just at least a string of 10 words that sounds so good that I do the Little Gibberish name proud. But
Dude,
besides me being, do you have a goofy picture of me as your picture?
I don't have pictures for anybody other than
Peanut
Andrew.
and Andrew?
Oh, Peanut is a peanut.
Yeah, right. That.
But that's about it, man. But I have a lot of photos of you that I can do it. Maybe I will.
I only have, if somebody takes an obnoxious picture and I find it, is the only time I have a picture.
Dude, I'm going to search your name to say something to you.
And then you're going to see Little Gibberish. And I'm not.
And I'm gonna be like, where the hell is his, where is he?
Pat? And then you're going to forget that you called me Little Gibberish.
Oh, I got it now. You're stored.
Do you think we started the camera?
I really hope so. Yeah, you did.
I said I did.
You said we're recording.
I know. Let's hope.
Let's hope. If not, people will miss out on the probably 20 minutes of nonsense we just talked about.
Well, and the naming of Little Gibberish, which is awesome.
That's why you were hoping.
20 minutes exactly. Yeah, I was
really?
hoping people don't miss out on
You were
Little
hoping
Gibberish.
that we actually had that?
Just in case if we're not recording, I want people to know that the origins of Little Gibberish.
For sure. All right, listen, grab that. Are you going to bust the laptop out?
You do yours first, and then I'll bust my laptop out. Or do you want me to do
I don't
mine
have a
first?
question.
I thought you did have a question.
No, I was just laughing at the whole different conversation that we could bring up, but it's not a question.
I thought earlier you told me about the conversation that you wanted.
Yeah, we'll go into it. We'll do this one first.
All right, I'll get
this is
mine.
like an actual question.
I'll also make sure that we're recording. But
This is an actual question that I haven't actually heard. The other one may lead into a debate.
Okay. Well, you have to talk while I'm gone.
All right, so I'd say how about them Bears, but I was still expecting for you to say something, even though you don't have a microphone on you. But yeah, so Pat is checking the camera right now to see if we're actually recording, and I hope we're fucking recording. All right. He does this all the time. Just a fun fact for all you guys. Pat will sit down, we'll start the camera, and he'll be like, did I hit record? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Did you hit record? Every time, and eventually he gets up. There's actually an episode where he pretended to save my dog, but in all reality,
Just checking the camera.
just checking the camera.
And what's even
my
better
mom,
is-
my mom was like,
Is Diesel okay?
hey, she watched the episode. Hey, was Diesel okay? Did something happen? My dog has epilepsy, for those who haven't heard. Was Diesel okay when Pat got up? Was everything all right? Is he okay? And I was like, nah, he was just getting up to check the camera. That's all.
He's a putz. Is that what you said?
Not my dog.
No. Me.
Not Juicy Pee is a putz. She's listening right now. She's like, I can't believe he just said that.
Listening live? That I'm a putz?
My mom's listening live.
Cool.
She's like Jesus, dude. She's always listening.
My brightness is really low. And
Jesus, not with a G, with a J.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Your brightness on your computer always bothers me, dude.
I like to conserve energy.
Yeah. I have a friend who does that too.
Is it me?
No, on his phone. He keeps it all the way down. I don't want to say his name.
Mine's pretty low too. I don't think mine's that
Dude,
low.
Michelle does this too. Michelle will be like, hey, read this. And I'll be like, what am I reading? And I'll turn it all the way up and I'll see her brightness at like 92, her battery's at 92%. I said, why?
Conservation. That's not how you say it. Conservation.
Consulary. Name it. I think we might have done this already on one of the episodes.
This exact movie?
Yep. But I'm going to do it again because it obviously didn't stick. I know I have corrected this before for you.
Corrected.
Yeah.
Me saying conservation?
No. Not corrected. Whatever. I told you what the fuck the line was.
Oh, okay.
Don't you ever correct me in public. You're embarrassing me. And he pinches his cheeks and says his name.
I totally am blanking, but I remember.
But you remember the conversation,
yes, I
right?
remember this conversation, and I remember I said the
What
same
if I
thing.
said jelly?
I'm going to say this. Jelly. Is this a... Does it start with
No, but it starts with an A.
That doesn't help me. The embarrass me thing wants me to say a Bronx Tale.
No, dude. Analyze this.
I haven't seen... We did this, and I haven't seen this movie in a really long time.
Yeah, but it's a
Since
fucking
it
classic.
came out.
Billy Crystal
And-
slaps Jelly, the
Yeah.
big fat dude.
Going back, the same thing that I thought this time that I thought the first time when you said you embarrass me. What's the other movie you think of when you say that? You embarrass me. Don't order the tuna sandwich.
No. I know. I was gonna say Gone in 60 Seconds, but it's not. It's Fast and Furious.
Yep. First one, when they're getting in a fight outside.
Toretto.
And that Watch Your Back song comes on.
Yep.
Watch your back.
Yep.
And they get in a fight.
And they get in a fight, and the one dude has like the leather wristband on.
Yeah, over the
The
pickup
dude who
truck.
dies eventually. Yeah.
His name is
Jess. No, not Jesse. Jesse gets shot.
poor Jesse, dude.
R.I.P. dude. I like
Vince.
Jesse, man. Is it Vince?
Vince, because he comes back, doesn't he? They find him in like Mexico or something.
I don't remember, dude.
All right. So we've got a question here from our client. Should we shout him out?
That's up to you, dude. It's your client.
Shoot.
Shoot.
I should have asked first. All right. So I'll leave it anonymous this time, but you know who you are.
Yeah, man.
I don't have to look at you. You know who you are as I look at the camera. All right. So it says, what is your thought process when putting together a diet and training program for different normal people? Specifically said normal, right? But then he said, competitor, because he was normal people, competitor, lifestyle, someone who's out of shape, lifestyle, someone who's in shape. Are there any golden rules or things to believe true for everyone, or is everyone just a blank slate?
I'm not going to even lie to you right now.
Was that too much?
You kind of lost me.
Okay, let me do it one more time.
I think I was too fixated on normal people.
So what he said was, what's your thought process when putting together a diet for normal people?
Can I translate to what I think he's saying?
No, hold on.
Tell me if
Let
I'm
me do it
wrong.
one more time.
Okay.
Thought process for putting together a diet and training program for normal people, competitors, lifestyle clients who are out of shape, lifestyle clients who are in shape, and those are the 4 examples he gives. So he's just giving examples for different types of clients we may have.
Okay.
And then he says, are there any golden rules or things you believe true for everyone, or is everyone a blank slate that you attack differently? So all he's saying is,
Yes. He's basically saying
any hard and fast rules, even if there's different types of clients.
whether you're a competitor, lifestyle client trying to be healthy, a weight loss client trying to lose 50 pounds, off-season client, et cetera, are there any staple rules that we follow for all of the above when creating a nutrition plan? Is that the question?
Yes. And training.
And training.
Nutrition and training.
I mean, it's kind of a loaded question.
For sure. But I think it's a great question for people to know.
I'm not saying it's a bad question.
Sorry, an answer.
I'm just saying there's definitely a lot of avenues we can take this, and I do approach it. If I'm getting technical, yes, I approach everybody differently, right? A lot of it's going to go based on not only height, weight, age, activity levels, lifestyle, job, so on and so forth, goals, experience, current nutrition, current training, et cetera.
Let me help you out there. Attributes of the person.
Bingo. Again, explaining for those who don't truly know what attributes you'd be looking for when creating a plan. We're talking to anybody right now.
I have such a big sidebar, but I don't want to distract you.
Don't do that.
Go. I'll tell you after.
But at the same time, I do feel, and you'd probably agree, there are some things that we can generalize. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, if someone is paying me, I'm not generalizing, right? Now, if I'm giving advice to the general population who are going to be doing things on their own, there may be some staple things that I shoot off to them. But if I'm creating a plan for somebody, I'm digging up as much detail as I can, and I'm going to manipulate based on what information they're giving to me, what I see and assess, so on and so forth. But there definitely are some general rules of thumb that we can definitely go over. But would you pretty much agree with that?
Yeah. Depending on your attributes, every program I make is completely personalized. However, and just thinking off the top of my head while you were explaining.
Was this your sidebar?
No.
Oh.
My 2, and there's probably more the more we talk about this.
2 that we're going to generalize?
My 2 that I almost always generalize, and I think you and I have discussed this before. 1 is most people aren't eating enough protein. That's
the one thing came to my head is majority of people are under eating.
Correct.
No matter what their goal is. And
specifically
protein.
Even if somebody comes and tells me I'm eating 300 grams a day, I'm like, okay, well, let's test to make sure you really are.
Yeah.
But it's almost always not eating enough protein. It might be total calories, but most importantly, you're not eating enough protein.
Correct.
And then secondly would be you need more muscle. And that is not, I know he says bodybuilders, but that's just still a blanket for everybody. And I say that because, as we've talked about before,
can afford to add more muscle tissue.
Gaining muscle is the only way to
gonna burn fat.
Increase your metabolism is what I was going to say.
Bingo. Increasing metabolic rate.
That's the only way to...
Again, we're speaking general now. We got to speak to everybody.
I said increase your metabolism. Without outside factors, meaning doing extra cardio, cutting your calories, building muscle is the only way to increase your metabolism. So,
bingo.
those are the two that came like right off the dome to me, where everyone has a personalized program, because even though I think they're going to need to eat more protein, and even though I think they're going to need to gain more muscle, if somebody comes to me and says I don't eat meat, well, that's obviously changing this program and it's making it personalized. If somebody comes to me and says I have knee problems and they can't perform any single leg exercise, that's going to make me personalize their program and make it specific to them. So every program gets its own, is attacked totally differently, personalized.
Correct.
But there are some rules that I do follow for almost everyone.
Yes,
and I'm going to say
100%.
almost because there's probably that 1% out there that would ask me a question and then I'd have to eat my words. So
Yes.
I'm going to say almost
And I agree with those, and those are things that I definitely do as well. The only reason why I emphasize that everybody is set up differently, if I'm getting technical, is because just because I may be increasing things for everybody, whether it's how much food they're taking in, especially being protein, so on and so forth, okay, those portions are going to be different for every single person. The way that I calculate what I'm giving them is different, obviously, right? But general rules of thumb would be things like, right off the bat, we're increasing protein intake, probably increasing the amount of times you're eating throughout the day, probably making sure that we're increasing water intake, probably making sure that your training split is set up properly so we're getting enough recovery. Okay. We can keep going. Okay. I think those are very basic general things. But there are people who probably don't know that.
I think the third one I would add would be the water one.
Water for sure.
Because I do agree.
I don't think people understand the importance of water, not only when it comes to sleep, recovery, etc., but digestion,
skincare, metabolism,
everything.
Yeah. I do agree about the overtraining, undertraining, needing to move more, needing to move less.
Correct.
Again, depending on the person, but I still think like the like most basic for everybody is like, I'm thinking of now every time I write a program, it's almost always make sure you're drinking your water.
Yep.
It's make sure you're eating your protein, eating your meals, and I'm very like now I'm getting very, I don't want to say ahead of myself. But as I'm creating a program for somebody, I'm almost like, I'm already telling them, like, this is going to feel like a lot of protein because I expect you to not be used to eating this. We're going to try to eat as much as we can. Don't make yourself sick and throw up, but we're going to eat as much as we can, and you're going to adjust to
Go
eating.
within comfort.
Yes, you're going to adjust to eating more and more of this. And then, did I say the water one already?
You mentioned that.
The water. Yes, the protein, and then the actual getting in the gym.
Yep.
Because it's not
Start moving.
It's not worth getting in the gym if you're. It's not worth doing the diet that I've specifically created for you if you're not doing the physical activity part.
Yep.
They go hand in hand with one another. I don't write a diet just to be a diet. I don't write a training program just to be a training program. I write a training program to go hand in hand with the diet that I'm writing for you, and I write the diet that I'm writing for you to go hand in hand with the training program that I'm giving you.
Bingo.
But yeah, I like that you mentioned some people that train too much. Probably me when I first started. You probably yelled at me to stop training.
Often.
And then there are people that probably think that they train and they really don't train. And you tell them, no, get back in there.
You need to do a little bit more.
You need to do more sets,
Yep.
or you need to do more exercises, or you need to do more reps or more cardio, whatever it is.
Yeah. I think the majority, though, is they're in there doing too much. I feel like most people who first start working out,
bodybuilders.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we're talking to everybody. So if we're talking lifestylers or weight loss or people who have not been around the gym,
right,
never mind. We're trying to get them to do more. If they've been doing 0 and they go in twice a week,
right,
they feel like they're doing a lot, And again, it's better than nothing, but it's not where we want them to be.
Right.
Most people who are into bodybuilding or ex-athletes who then find the gym,
right, we're like,
most of them are going 7 days a week. They're in there 2.5, 3 hours, and they don't realize that they're doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
And taking a couple days off a week or just reducing overall volume is actually going to result in more progression.
Right. Yeah.
Overall.
Pull back on the reins a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then like you said, switched for the lifestyle person who really doesn't get into the gym. Normally, it's the exact opposite. We're like, hey, you need to start. You might think 5 sounds like a lot, but we need to get in the gym 5 days a week until we're moving and getting your body going.
And I'll start off basic with them too, though, right? They might be only doing 3 or 4 exercises, 3 or 4 sets, and making sure that they're getting on a cardio piece of equipment every single time moving.
That's what I was going to say.
And a lot of the time, like if it's a lifestyle person and they're not very familiarized with the gym, they've done a little bit here or there, whatever, I might have them in the gym 5 days a week, but they might be only hitting weights 3 days. I might have a lower body day, upper body day, a full body day.
Dude, I was just about to say that.
And then the rest of the week, it's cardio.
I was just about to say that. That sometimes I'll only give them 3 exercises.
It's very often for me.
3 weight resistance or resistance training days, and then I'll give them 2 cardio days to just get them more comfortable being in the gym.
And I'm going to assume on those resistance training days, you're also giving them some sort of cardio to post-workout or even just an active warm-up of some sort.
Depending on the person.
Okay.
It really does.
I do to create the habit. And it might be 10 minutes, depending on the person and their goals.
Right.
I mean, if they're a construction worker and they're active all day, probably not, right? We're just going to get them a habit of actually going to the gym.
Right.
But if it's someone who comes in and they want to be healthier, they want to lose weight, I'm going to create the habit to make them get into the routine of every time they're there, they're getting on a piece of cardio equipment, whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, just for overall health, get them used to moving, increase recovery, etc.
I would say yes, but I didn't want to say yes every time. Most of the time,
majority,
I'm doing that. I do have some people who.
It was actually a pretty good question, man.
It was a very well-loaded question, not like.
And I think the reason why I was hesitant at first is because at the end of the day, if we're not talking to everybody and this was just you and me talking or another coach or someone who does this for a living, it is very technical when it comes to individually setting up somebody's plan. But generally speaking and just giving general guidelines to anybody, there's a lot that you could do that could just make somebody this much better.
Right.
It might not be the end-all, be-all for what they actually need.
Right.
But for a majority of people who are used to doing nothing or they're in there every day spinning their wheels.
That was something I was going to say. Because there are people that... I think there's so many little things that we do when creating a program that people don't really understand. Like if I was working with a bodybuilder specifically, this is going to be an example. So if you're a bodybuilder, pay attention. It is common, and not just with myself, but with some other coaches and other trainers, Greg might do this with some of his clients as well, to be pulling back carbohydrates as the day goes on and maybe possibly at the same time increasing fat as carbohydrates are being pulled back, because after your activity is done for the day, you do not need carbohydrates for energy.
That was generalized. It depends on...
Right.
It depends when their activity is at highest points. Some people it might be at the end of their day.
Correct.
Vice versa. But yes.
But I'm talking, and I say bodybuilder, or I should change the way I worded it, a performance athlete who were loading certain foods around activity and then pulling them back from when we don't need activity, or when activity isn't being had. So,
not to be cliche, but food is fuel, right?
Versus where I might have a lifestyle client who, even though I know that that's a rule for performance, I'm trying to get this person through the day without cheating on their diet.
Yep.
And I might have to give them Greek yogurt with some berries at night because it tastes sweet.
They have that sweet tooth.
Yes. And for a performance standpoint, is that going to be ideal? No, you're getting ready to go to bed.
They're not utilizing those carbs for anything. But it's keeping them from going into the pantry.
Correct. And no more bonbons. No more cookies.
I was going to say pouring 3 bowls of Captain Crunch and whatever. Cookies.
Yep. So the programs are all very individual, just depending on what each person wants. And that was just, again, a very brief example of like even something that I still do as an athlete who gets up early in the morning, starts my day early, needs energy earlier in the day, and then normally, even on a longer day for me, doesn't really need extra fuel, carbs, later in the day. So it's something that I structure my own eating around because I know that that's what I need to perform better. But again, that's me who has enough self-discipline to where if I'm not supposed to be binging or indulging in something at night, I know that I won't make that call. Having a lifestyle client who just needs to get out of those habits, I would change that up. I would go against my rule of saying, no, you don't need that later at night, because that's what that one person specifically needs.
Yeah, and as that person gets more and more accustomed to a plan and they're in the routine of making healthier choices, eating all their meals, going to the gym, at that point, that person that you might be giving something like the Greek yogurt with berries and peanut butter and scoop of protein, whatever it is, right? Something to curb that sweet tooth at the end of the day. You might start backing off on that a little bit and start replacing it with something a little bit more healthier or more productive, I should say, right? Once they're already in that routine and you know they're in the habit of not being... not having the...
They're not fighting urges anymore.
Yes,
because
the urges to cheat all the time.
Believe it or not, different topic, not the same question. I think we answered that question. We can keep
Talking
going
about
on.
your urges?
What?
You talking about your urges?
Not my urges.
Oh, okay.
I was going to talk about urges in general. For those people that may not know this, sugar is addicting. Newsflash. I think most people know this already. But in case you didn't know this, sugar is addicting. And sticking to a diet and pulling yourself away from refined sugars, processed sugars, I guess most carbs, but sugar specifically, the longer you go without them, the less likely you are to crave them. So I might use something, again, going back to that same exact example, like Greek yogurt and berries and granola or peanut butter and whey protein all mixed together to give somebody that sweet sensation. But it's the difference between the fruit that comes from sugar and the fruit that comes from refined processed sources. And that's maybe a whole nother episode on itself, that talking about the differences between...
Wait, so you're not going to have them take a handful of Swedish fish instead?
No.
That's unfortunate. I'm not going to be your client.
I can say this. My dad won't be my client either, because that's his jam.
Swedish fish?
Yeah.
No shit.
Like Swedish fish or Sour Patch before bed.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
That's his thing.
You know I'm not a candy guy.
Yep, but those are your two.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh. Me and this guy. I can't say any other name.
Me and this Jew. You said it earlier.
Yeah, but I didn't say your dad.
Oh, shoot.
Well, now you guys know.
Cut that out. We'll fix that in post.
So, we got a lot more in common than I thought, man.
I think most people already figured all that out, by the way.
Okay, but he couldn't get mad at us because we didn't specifically say. If people pick up context clues, it's not our fault. They're intelligent.
Did he tell you after I left not to say anything?
Yeah.
Was he just...
Dude, we sat down on the couch.
You didn't sit on the couch.
Swear to God, we were sipping some vin, dude. I don't know if it's new. It was in the living room off the kitchen.
Oh, no, those aren't.
By the front door.
The ones downstairs by the TV are...
Yeah, he didn't accept me that much yet.
He's like, you can't go in my TV
You
room.
can sit by the front door, so when I want you out...
You can go in my basement and pick stuff up for me if I need you to, and you can stay in my kitchen by my front door. That's it.
That's it.
Don't go upstairs.
No,
Don't
man.
go to my TV.
You were kicking it back, dude. We were all sitting there like this, dude.
Feet up.
Leg crossed, dude.
Seems like them.
Yeah, man. It was a good time. Not going to lie, man.
That's pretty
I enjoyed it. I could probably go there and hang out with him often.
I'm glad you got to learn.
What would you do if me and your dad just started hanging out where you didn't even know about it? It's like I was there 3 days a week, just sipping coffee or wine with him, hanging out.
It's so hard to believe. Not that you wouldn't get along, but just knowing your life, having 3 daughters, and not having time for anything, that all of a sudden you just randomly have time to hang out with my dad.
Listen, I got time for those that I want to have time for, right?
But
others, they got to do podcasts with me to hang out.
I know. Can you guys believe I had to create a podcast just to hang out with my best friend more? Ridiculous, right? You would think that after all these years, this guy would
told you, start drinking wine.
Then I'd hang out with you more.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with you and my dad more.
Will that sell on you?
No.
Oh, one day, dude.
It's not going to sell me. All right.
Anyways,
so I'm going to bring...
poor client.
No, we answered his question.
All right, cool. What were we going to bring up?
Remember how I said I wanted to sidebar you and you're like, don't do it yet?
I was assuming that you forgot.
Oh,
I wasn't even going to bring it up because I didn't want like a bunch of dead silence of you being like,
No, I remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, sidebar me, dude.
You started going off about height, weight, activity levels, job. And I said... Attributes.
Yep.
When was the first time you learned what the word attributes meant?
Is it a trick question?
No, I honestly want you to tell me, because I think once I tell you where I learned it, you're going to like...
You think that's going to be the same time I did?
Maybe.
Yours is probably from a video game. Am I right?
Which one?
Listen, I'm going to be honest.
You don't know?
I'm going to assume that I learned it in school.
Dude, I don't know if you did.
But.
Because that's a big word if you were younger to learn that word. Imagine being in first grade and then being like attributes. You just learned
first and foremost, when you were in first grade, I was probably in sixth grade. A. B. What I'm saying, though, I was probably learning those words. If that video game came out at the same time.
Hold on. We weren't allowed to have video games growing up. I didn't get all the video games until like way later.
So you learned attributes when you were like 14?
No, I still learned the game. But like I'm saying, when the game probably first came out, like I'm pretty sure.
Hold on.
Okay. Think about it, though.
I was going to say, I probably learned it in school. Right. But when you said it like that,
yeah, go.
I remember now looking at a screen for a video game.
What do you think?
It wasn't GoldenEye, was it?
Not that I got it.
What is it?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Wow.
When you created your person, it was your attributes that you had to go and create your own guy.
Hey, Mom, what is this attribute?
What is this attribute? Yeah, dude, that's how I learned what that was.
Your dad's like, Faccia de brute means he's got an ugly face. What do you mean?
That's not a real word. Don't play that game. That game's stupid.
Turn it off.
They're trying to teach you in that game. Turn that game off.
No, dude, you're right though. I don't think it's the first place I saw it.
I
don't know when Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out, but I had to be in.
We have a computer right here.
I don't. Yeah, look it up, dude. When did it come out? I feel like we're on Joe Rogan now. Pull it up, dude. It had to be. If I had to guess, 97.
Not happy right now.
98.
Did you hear it?
No.
Someone was not happy.
I've tuned him out, dude. I'm in the lab.
Release.
How long does it take you to fucking type in Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
I searched
99.
the game and then it started I could buy it. That's what first came up.
Well, fucking buy it.
So I had to go release date. I don't have a thing to play it.
Well, we'll buy it too.
Cool.
99. I don't know what grade I was in 99.
Well, and this is what I mean.
Oh, that was Y2K. I think I was in fourth grade.
And this is what I mean because technically when it came out,
I'm sure I knew what attributes was in fourth grade.
I was 6.
Yeah, so
I didn't know.
That's what I meant. Like, but we were at different eras.
I'm sure I played it more so when I was like 10 or 11 because my parents did not let us have that stuff until we were a little older.
Drugs.
No,
so you play a skateboarding game, you're going to do drugs.
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
My parents probably said no, too, and I probably just went out and bought it.
What a throwback, huh?
Yeah, it was a great game. Actually, on TikTok the other day, because you know me, dude.
Big talker.
I'm a big talker. But, like, I like a lot of extreme sports, motocross being number one, right? So I like a lot of that shit. So suggested stuff comes up. And there was one of Tony Hawk, and I started, like, following a bunch of his shit, whatever. And a bunch of stuff for Tony Hawk Pro Skater came up. And I was like, man, this was probably the best video game. Debatable with Nintendo 64 Mario Kart.
Mm. It's probably one of the games I played the most of.
Yeah, for sure. Skating in the school.
Because then I also, I remember correctly.
The warehouse gym. That's where I got it.
That's where you got it from, was Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
I think I also had it for whatever the console that was out at that time. I think I had it on a Game Boy too. So I think it was definitely the game I played the most growing up.
It was
a fun
game.
little throwback, right?
Yeah, man.
He cracks me up. Shout out Tony Hawk.
Nice soundbar, dude. Yeah, dude, 900.
Come on the podcast sometime.
He might.
Come hang out with us. I like seeing all the fun stuff where he posts about people not knowing who he is.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
I've showed up to the airport with my board and someone said, "Oh, who do you think you are, Tony Hawk?"
He's like,
"Yep.
Yes, that's me."
That's funny to me.
Yeah, man. Great guy, that guy.
Broke a lot of records.
I saw Bam Margera, right?
Not good.
Because Joe Rogan, I was watching like one of his TikTok channels out of the billions that are out there, right? And there was one with Steve-O. So I clicked on Steve-O link and I started watching Steve-O, which led to Bam Margera being all over my feed because algorithm, right? Holy fuck. Have you seen what he looks like lately?
Yeah, I have.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not good.
I mean, I know the guy's been through some shit, right? But damn. And I read the comments because those are always the funniest. And everyone's like, remember all the shit that Bam used to give Phil, his dad?
Yeah.
They're like,
And
Karma's
Uncle
a
Vito.
bitch. Don Vito, dude. Crazy guys.
Yep. you know what I was getting at there. You know what, dude? This is the second time today you've referenced how influential. I'm gonna kick my foot right, dude. My knees cramping on.
All right, dude. God, kick it out.
It's like right when we get to that 50-minute mark where my knees just say,
kick it out.
Stop. That's what they
Drop.
say.
Shut them down. Open up shop.
Yeah. Roll. That's how Rough Riders roll.
Thanks, dude.
Rest in peace. What was I saying? TikTok.
I referenced TikTok, yeah.
No, like that was the second like big piece of information that you've mentioned today that I might have missed out on because I don't TikTok.
You should TikTok.
That murder thing that I had no idea about.
Yeah, that's on Instagram too, but
I haven't seen a lick of it.
I guess I see it on Instagram because some of the people that I follow
on
have
both.
reshared it, you know?
Yeah.
But
After I talked about it with you and your client, my client came in and
started talking about it.
and was like, "How have you not heard of this?" I investigated the whole thing on TikTok, and I said, "Well, I don't have TikTok,
Dude,
so
you should get one." And you know me, I don't love social media.
I don't."
But the reason why I don't love social media, Facebook's gone. I got rid of that. You know that. But Instagram I keep because of business purposes. Other than that, majority is drama, keeping up with the Joneses. It's all bullshit. TikTok is literally just videos. So whatever you follow, whatever algorithm you want, if you want all soccer clips, it's going to be all of the best soccer clips in the world. If you want bodybuilding shit like mine, it's like Hani, French Bulldog, fucking whatever, dude, right? It goes from bodybuilding to dogs to Joe Rogan clips to motocross, like whatever interests me in life, it's on there. And it's easy time passer, you know, can't fall asleep, scroll a little bit, get tired.
But I don't want to stay up any longer.
Yeah, but what if you're just restless? What if you're stressed? You just, you know what I mean?
Dude. Maybe one day I'll get into it. Right now I'm not into it. We should make a TikTok.
We should, but I think we need a lot more footage, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to be funnier too.
Because you need to be like, fire them off left and right.
Yeah, yours hasn't been.
I'm funny. You've been a little stale lately, but it's all right. Dude, I understand, dude.
I don't think you've brought the heat in the comedy department lately. I'm just saying. That's what the comment said.
You can be serious right now?
That's what they said. On the
Do you know the comments that I get?
on the YouTube, it says, "Where's the heat, Greg?" Specifically.
You don't want to know the comments. I don't think you can handle the comments that I got.
Not Pat. That's what it says, dude. Just telling you know.
You know what, Pat? I don't want to make you cry right now.
It wouldn't.
So I'm not going to say anything.
It wouldn't put it past me that our viewers want me to cry. That's fine.
They were talking about your hair.
Were they?
No.
Wouldn't put it past
Actually, I was going to get into your mullet comment, but
there was a mullet comment?
That episode's not out yet. We're launching that episode today. So this one's going to be the next episode. So I could say it. I was like, wait a minute. Have they heard it or have they not heard it yet? So it kind of ruined the joke that I was going to go into and start making fun of your hair. But you grew into it, though.
I hope.
Yeah, you don't look like Joe Dirt anymore.
You've never seen that movie, so you shouldn't reference it.
You know what, dude?
It's a pretty funny movie.
I can't quote it, but I've seen enough clips to understand that it's got some stupid humor in it. I don't know if it's worth like going and actually watching though. Do you think?
I don't know.
Would you sit down and watch it again right now?
Right now?
Not like now because we're doing important stuff.
Oh.
You go home, you got nothing to do, Rosie's snoring.
No, because I have so much.
And you see Joe Dirt pop up on Netflix.
I have so much to catch up on.
Like?
A lot of things. I haven't watched anything because I was so busy this past weekend. I haven't watched a thing.
All right, man. Well, you're missing out.
I still gotta watch Kaleidoscope. I'm not missing out.
Oh, Kaleidoscope.
Still gotta watch Kaleidoscope.
If Michelle doesn't stay up to watch Your Honor with me today, which we're supposed to start tonight.
Your Honor.
If she doesn't stay up, I'm gonna start Kaleidoscope.
And then Rosie and I actually did, for a second, we started it, and then Rosie got too tired. We had to turn it off. But there's this movie on Netflix right now called The Pale Blue Eye.
Oh,
Christian Bale. It's about old Edgar Allan Poe.
I watched the preview for that last night.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It starts hot, so I want to finish it, and I want to.
Oh, you actually started?
We literally started it, and it starts off hot, and then Rosie's like, I'm tired. I don't want to miss it. So we had to turn it off.
I would have been like, all right, go to sleep.
Yeah, you go to bed. I'll watch it.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happens.
I do need to finish that. Kaleidoscope's got to be watched. But yes, if I literally had nothing to watch and Joe Dirt popped out, they'd be like, I'll watch Joe Dirt. Makes me laugh.
All right. I don't know why, but when you just said Joe Dirt, I thought of the cable guy.
Because of, what is that other movie?
I don't know.
They're in the other movie together, aren't they? Maybe they're not.
I don't know.
Maybe they're not.
I don't know who that actor is, so
I don't know his name. I know him as the new guy.
The new guy.
Right?
Seen that movie, huh?
Yeah.
That's not who Joe Dirt is.
No, but I feel like they're in a movie together. Or he might be in Joe Dirt.
Who?
The new guy.
The skinny dude?
Yes.
What does this have to do with Jim Carrey?
No, I know, but then you said it and it just made me think of it.
You're going to look it up again?
I want to see if this guy's in the movie.
Don't even pull up my computer. Because I'll look stuff up too.
Joe Dirt.
I kind of had a debate for you, but I think we're going to leave it for the next one, man.
What was it?
I had something that I wanted to bring across to your attention.
Kid Rock.
But it's probably at least a 30-minute conversation. I don't know. We might have to just save it for next time, man.
He's not in this movie, but you know who is in this movie?
You totally just ignored me again.
You have a topic that you want to get into with me, but you feel like it might be too long for right now, so we probably should.
So you're not even going to acknowledge what I said. You're just going to start talking about Joe Dirt again.
But you said you weren't going to give it to me, so what do you want me to say?
All right, dude.
You want me to beg? Like, oh, come on, Greg, bring it up to me.
You could.
I thought you already said that it's
and
too
maybe
late.
I would have changed my mind.
Maybe it's too late, dude.
It is too late, dude. It's way too late.
Yeah, it's dark outside already. Which in Illinois could be 3:30.
It's not that late, dude. We can do it right now. You want to do it?
Is it a topic or is it just a would you rather or something?
No, it's a topic. It's long. I was just fucking with you. Go back to Joe Dirt.
It's too long. This is a great cliffhanger for people. They're like, well, I just want to hear what Craig has to say to Pat.
I can say it, and then you can be like, man, the way I would want to answer this probably will lead to a 30-minute plus conversation. We should say this for the next one. And then they are left on a cliffhanger.
Okay, we can do that. I'll finish what I was going to say, though.
Go ahead.
In Joe Dirt, the actress Jamie Presley.
I know that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because she's one of the 4 girls that all look like Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
What an anomaly that is, huh?
No, that because of TikTok.
Do you?
Yeah. I follow a lot of Margot Robbie.
That's fair. All right, give me this thing you want to talk to me about.
So I was listening to our good friend the other day, right?
Yes.
And it was him, Ian, Justin, and Guy. Mm-hmm. They were going back and forth. And I believe what led to the conversation was they were talking about people being maxed out, right?
Okay.
I don't remember the exact conversation. I don't know if they were talking about like...
Yeah, I was going to say, was there more detail to maxed out?
They were talking about bodybuilders being maxed out, whether it's maxed out due to age and it's the best that they're going to get, or is it the way that they're training? Is it
hitting
et cetera, right?
Okay.
Is this the best someone's going to get? Whatever.
Okay.
Which led them into a conversation about training, right? Okay. And it led to basically a debate between, it was essentially Fuad and Guy, because they both train pretty similar based off what they say, right? Mm-hmm. And then, as you know, Ian and Justin train pretty similar, right? Mm-hmm. So it was pretty much 2 and 2 versus each other about, is there only one optimal way to train? Ian and Justin obviously fighting for the way that they train being the most optimal. Mm-hmm. And Fuad and Guy were not saying that their way is the most optimal. They were saying that there are many more than one way to get the results, right? So Fuad was basically saying that he's not saying his is the best. He was saying, you guys are wrong for thinking the way that you guys train is the best, right? That there is only one. And depending on the person, depending on their experience, depending on their body type, yada, 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 yada,
right,
there's way more ways to get there.
Well, my answer is you'll have to tune in next week to see what I have to say. No, that is a good one. I like that debate. But I do think
And that's I think that based on the way you and I train and what we've talked, I think that it will get. I think that your mindset's going to be the same, but I would still like to kind of hear your thoughts. I could dig into a little bit more details on the next episode about some of the points they were bringing up, and I would like to hear your thoughts on them and if I agree with them.
Should I not listen to it by next week?
Don't listen to it. You're still 2 or 3 episodes behind anyway, aren't you?
I don't know if I'm that far behind, but I guess I'll just find something else to listen to.
I'll give you some good Joe Rogans.
I'll just listen to Bodybuilding and Business podcast until then.
I wouldn't listen to those guys.
Oh, okay.
Talk about juicy peepees.
I won't listen to them. What's my name again?
Juicy peepee.
No.
Oh, dude. Little gibberish.
Little gibberish.
You looked at my phone. I'm like, it's in my phone. What did I put my phone in as?
Little gibberish.
All right, man. Real quick, dude.
Okay.
You got to hit me with the would you rather.
I have to?
Yeah, dude. I did the last one.
Did you?
The people aren't ready for mine.
No one's ready for yours, you freak. Did you do the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we did when the last episode recorded, but I think the last one that we did, the last would you rather, it was mine.
Oof. Okay. Would you rather
All right, I got one for you, dude.
I kind of have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Every day,
For life?
rest of your life.
Okay.
Would you rather have to pull out one of your own teeth? Or, I don't want to go full finger because it impairs too much of what your job might be. So what are they called? Is this called like a one knuckle?
Metacarpal.
Metacarpal. Is it? Or did you just make that
Well,
up?
that's
Did you just make that
nothing.
up?
Metatarsal.
Minotaur.
Role models.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
All right, so one of these, what are we doing?
One knuckle or whatever made up word you just said.
Okay.
Every day, or pull a tooth out every day. Next day, right back to normal. I didn't, just for some backstory, I didn't go full finger because what if your job involved, like you needed to have full grip of your hand? Like, so technically you could still use your hand if you're just losing a little biz, baby boy.
Little number, dude.
Or this one. I guess it doesn't matter which one it is.
And I'm pulling it off. So my tooth I can pull off. My finger I'll have to cut off.
Yeah. I said cut this little thing off or pull a tooth out.
Nothing, no numbing creams, nothing like that. Like I can't take like lidocaine and shoot into my gums.
No.
I'm gonna go tooth. I feel like chopping your finger off.
Dude, they both suck. Yeah, pull your own
both
tooth out.
suck. They both suck, right? Can I take pain pills after? Like, can I take like at
Let's
least
say
like
after the
an anti-inflammatory?
Let's say
and,
after the moment, there's no medical effects, no health effects.
so I'm not gonna bleed out.
Just the pain of doing it, and then it's done for the rest of the day. But every day you have to do it.
Oh, hold on. So like once it's done, that's it.
Well, because I don't want you're not gonna pull your tooth out and get infected in your mouth.
Then I'm going to
and then all
chop
of
my
a sudden-
finger off,
Oh,
dude. Because I will take a fucking machete and just, and then the pain's done. The tooth. Think about how quick it would be to chop a finger off.
All right,
First,
you get pain for 10 minutes or something, huh?
Prying your tooth out.
you get pain for 10 minutes.
I'm gonna go. Man, I should
pain-
talk like this the whole time.
the
It sounds
pain-
way better. I'm gonna go. No one else heard a difference. They're like, these fucking idiots.
Starting Sound Solutions told me to stay up on the mic.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll go finger, dude.
Finger?
Yeah, 'cause I don't want to ruin my eating the rest of the day, man. I like food.
10 minutes. You just have a hole in there, and you'd be like,
You think Michelle wants to see fucking toothless Greg?
you could pull a back tooth out, dude. Jeez. No one
That's
said it.
true.
No one said you had to be front tooth in it.
All right, dude, I got one, man.
All right, you picked finger.
Yeah, what do you
I think
think?
I have to pick finger too, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll go into shock.
I like my teeth, man.
I'll go into shock, but it's so fast.
That's it.
So fast.
There's no prying.
I mean, I'm sure you could
Judo chop.
Judy chop. I'm sure you could pull tooth fast too, but there's a
Nope.
I don't think so, actually.
There's roots, dude.
There's bone in here, dude.
Yeah, but if you got a sharp enough fucking...
Sharp enough what? Nice, dude.
All right, so would you rather?
Hold on, one more real quick. Growing up, did you ever have to tie, did you ever tie floss to your tooth and like close the door to get your tooth to fall out?
No.
No tactics? Just fall out?
My dad used to just beat me.
Cool. All right. What's yours?
All right, would you rather?
Yep.
All right. Have to, with tweezers, pull each individual hair out of your face.
Oh, I thought you were going to say nose, which does that count? Are we going into the...
No, nose is easy, dude.
Every hair out of your nose?
You have way more on your face, man.
No, I'm asking if you're including the nose. Like, I got to pull every hair out of my face, and then I got to go up in my nose, too, and start getting at it.
Well, no, that's up your nose.
Okay,
this is
that's
on
right.
your face. They're different.
Your nose is on your face. Continue.
Anyways. Pull each one little stubble out. Okay? One by one by one.
Okay.
And once you're done, you can start your day.
Okay.
Right? Obviously, you have at least a 5 o'clock shadow every morning you wake up, so you can do this, right?
Okay.
Or
What did you think?
you have to sleep with, and I mean like do all the dirty with, okay?
Oh, so you don't mean slumber. You mean...
I mean like get down and dirty in every crevice, okay? With Whoopi Goldberg every morning before you could do anything.
No, dude. Pulling my face off.
Good answer, dude. I would have judged you.
I'm pretty sure... I'm not judging.
Can't sleep with the girl from Sister Act.
Rosie loves Sister Act. I'm going to make a bad assumption here. People are going to judge me for it.
She stinks, dude. For sure. For sure.
Gotta be, right?
It's a,
Has to.
not a chance she doesn't, dude.
I would be mind blown if someone told me she didn't.
I would bet my 3 children that she stinks.
Yeah, dude. That's how
I would
confident.
bet them because they wouldn't understand. They'd be like, whoopee who? Whoopee cushion?
That's what I'm like.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. But I would bet their lives. That's how confident I am.
Yeah, I'm going to just pull the stubble off my face.
All right, dude. So what if it wasn't Whoopi Goldberg, though? What if it was Donald Trump?
Every day, I'm still pulling the stubble off my face.
All right, dude. You know how much pain that would be every day, and the rest of your day, you're going to have all these little blood spots. Your face is going to be swollen red. Then you wake up. As soon as you start feeling okay, you're going to wake up the next morning and poof.
I'll be all right. I'll get a really good lotion.
You're going to look like fucking Papa Gijo.
Pufferfish. Why would I look like him if I don't? When he's clean shaven afterwards?
And then hours later, it's like,
Yeah, right back then.
you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking
I
about.
guarantee the people didn't get that one.
Nope.
Michelle probably did.
Michelle doesn't listen to these anymore.
Yeah,
she was only
for us.
she was only supportive the first like 2 or 3. Then we made fun of her being, you know what?
Bad espresso maker.
No.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So now she doesn't listen to us anymore.
Yeah.
And she hates me for riling up the girls. So
It's all right, dude. We can't hear them anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
think about the good thing. Like I riled them up, but look what they've learned.
They learned butt spins.
Booty spins.
Do you call it butt spin or booty spin?
I don't remember.
All right, dude.
They responded to both though, so
Whatever.
valuable life lessons. All right. You done?
I mean,
I think so.
I'm kind of over you.
All right.
I'm not over the people, though.
Fun fact for the people. This is like the something day in a row Greg and I have seen each other. Normally we get a day's break.
This is the 10th day in a row, man.
Yeah, normally we get a break and we have not. And normally when we stop seeing each other, we go home and then we don't see each other till the next day. On Wednesdays, we leave and then we go see each other again.
Yeah, I don't even think we actually said an official goodbye today at the gym because we're just like, man, I'm so sick of this guy. I'll see you in a little bit. See you in an hour, buddy.
Yeah. See you when I see you.
Well, on that note,
I'm going
to go spend time with my family.
You should.
Get the fuck out of my house.
I'm going to do some research so that next week we can talk about...
You see my whips?
Now get...
You got to go home? You
can't
get
stay
the
here.
fuck out of here.
That's also... Don't they say you can't stay here too?
I mean, people who don't want to swear, I'm sure.
People like me.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
If you were on Cribs, you would say, you can't stay here.
If I was on Cribs, I would say, get out of my townhouse. There's no space for you guys. All right. Tune in next week, guys. Bye.